We're going to talk most particularly about the bills that I find to be most egregious, and these are the ones that we're hearing from at my association that are impacting a lot of people, and they're really causing a lot of consternation. The first one is House Bill 53, also Senate Bill 51. 53 is by Representative Pearson on the House side. Senate Bill 51 is by Senator Guillory on the Senate side. I'll call it, just for simply putting it, as the age 67 eligibility requirement. That's the one that's causing a lot of heartburn. It's a rule changer, in my view, in the middle of the game. When people signed on, they signed on under a certain set of rules and guidelines and stipulations. And it's my view, both from a contractual standpoint as well as a constitutional standpoint, and again, Lester will weigh in on that more heavily than I will, that basically they can't do that. It's just changing the rules in the middle of the game. There may be also questions about vesting, and we don't even know the true definition of vesting. Some people say vesting is somebody who has 10 or more years state service. That's one commonly accepted definition, but there are others, and it depends on, I guess, who you ask what the definition of vesting is. But we're tracking that bill. We find that to be the most egregious for one simple reason. It takes into account absolutely no state service whatsoever. At one of the LASES meetings I attended, LASES, Louisiana State Employees Retirement System, the director pointed out that if somebody's 55 years old and has 1 day of service, they're grandfathered in under the new rules, okay, if they pass. The person who's been around for 25 years, or let's say 24 years for sake of argument, and is 54 years old, again, 24 more years service than the guy who's got 1 day, they get absolutely no consideration. They're going to end up having to work under the new formula, which is the age 67 requirement. We think that's crazy. So the legislators I've spoken to, most of them, quite frankly, whether they're Republicans or Democrat, have at least seen that that is kind of nonsensical, and they don't really think from a fair-minded point of view that it makes a whole lot of sense. So we're hoping that they'll look at that one quite closely and come up with something, if they do, that's going to be constitutional or pass muster. And frankly, I'm going to tell you this, if it doesn't, RSEA is ready to step forward. We probably are not going to have any legal standing, but we'll pick a Jane Doe or John Smith and ask them to go with us to court and file some sort of class action and get a temporary restraining order, keep them from implementing these bills if they do pass, and then we'll take these things to court and try to get a clear and concise ruling on it that everybody can live with. Hopefully will prevail. The governor has lawyers that says his position is correct. We have lawyers that's telling us his position is incorrect. Sometimes that's what the courts are all about. Everybody's got a lawyer and everybody's got an opinion.